Hello people, if you're new here, welcome to my channel. I'm Elena Kimaru. Please make sure you subscribe down below if you've not, and ensure you also hit the notification bell so that you get notified every time I post. On today's video, I wanted to talk about bullying, especially bullying for ladies. I know this is a very different topic from what I normally talk about, but I feel this is a challenge or something that women face on an everyday basis, and it can be very traumatizing, especially when it comes from a group of men, and or even just one man. It doesn't have to be a group of men. Yeah, this is something I've experienced a couple of times on the streets, and it's so dehumanizing, demoralizing. I don't even know what to call it. Anyway, I'll begin with one incident. I recently went to a butchery. I wanted to buy meat. So I'm used to my butcher. I usually go and I'm like, nipe nyama na don't usinikatie place iko na mafuta, because for me I don't like mafuta, So as usual I went, I ordered for the meat. I was like, just 1 kilo, usinipe mafuta please. And then so the guy akakata nyama, and then he was weighing the nyama. Then I noticed kuna mafuta, and then I'm like, so he's like, oh, nyama, by the way, mbuzi kilo has shifted from 500 to 600. So I am like, okay, I don't think I wanted to buy anything worth 600. Just drop that to 500 because that's what I can afford for now. And I'm like, and then he starts cutting off a few pieces. I'm like, hey, make sure you cut this mafuta here, and I don't want this mafuta. Yeah, and just out of nowhere, someone pops into the butchery. They find me having a conversation with the butcher, and the guy is like, pea huyo mwanamke ya mafuta, anaachia nani mafuta kwa butchery? I'm like, Allah, excuse me? Whew. Yeah, that's it. I don't know, I just felt like my blood was boiling. Nasikia ni kama nimekwa kwa, I don't know. It was, I got so angry, and I'm like, excuse me? And then the guy is like, akiwa mwanamke ya mafuta. I'm like, who are you referring to as mwanamke? I don't know. First, I feel like that word is very disrespectful, and especially in the context that it was said. It sounded so disrespectful. I didn't like it at all, and I did not appreciate it. Yeah, so the guy says niekea mafuta, and I'm like, excuse me, unaambia nani hivyo? I'm like, stop disrespecting people in public places, because I felt like I needed to say something. And then the guy goes like, si we naongelesha. So he sounded like he wanted me to engage him and all that. I just looked at him. I told him I don't want to be disrespected, and I'm not going to engage with him. And then he continued talking. So I was so angry, and I was like, is this a battle that I would want to fight today? I didn't feel like I had the energy to continue talking with this guy because he was so trashy, and he had also come with some other friend of his, and the butcher guy is not saying anything, he's just silent. So women are bullied on an everyday basis, and no one talks about it. They just want, I don't know whether they don't want to participate, they don't want to stand up for them, but it really feels so sad, especially when there's nothing you can do. I always carry pepper spray with me. I wished I had carried that pepper spray, because probably if I had, I would have sprayed him so that he just stops nagging me. But I don't know how we even supposed to defend ourselves in such situations. That's just one incident. Another incident, I was in Nakuru, and I was waiting for a matatu. I'm waiting for a matatu. I have a couple of bags. Then this guy comes and he's like, he starts talking, and I'm trying not to engage him. And then he's like, oh, Ras. He wants to touch my hair, and he was drunk. I was like, no, please, don't touch my hair. You can talk when you're wherever you are, but don't touch my hair. And then he started abusing me, verbal abuse in Kikuyu, and he said a lot of nasty things just because I didn't want a stranger to touch my hair, you know. That's another incident. Another time, I'm in Eldoret. I am in a matatu stage. I alight the matatu, and just as I'm passing by, another one is like, hey, huyu ni size yangu. Ladies, what do you think about that? And why, men, why do you use such words on women? Is it that you feel like you have a lot of power, that they not take you anywhere, and you can say whatever you want to say? You know, I don't understand, you know. So I don't, you sometimes you are left, you know, you don't know, are those battles you should engage with? Are you supposed to keep quiet? Are you supposed to say something about it? Are you supposed to defend yourself? And if it's like a group of men and you're alone, what are you supposed to do? And for those people, when someone is being bullied, especially even in public, those people who stand by the side and say nothing, don't you think you're also contributing to a society where people are bullied on a daily basis and no one says anything about it? You know? Another incident, my sister was supposed to go back to school. So my other sister takes her to the bus station to board the matatu. In Nairobi, that is. And then my sister is small in terms of size. She's small, so she's already booked for a seat, and she's already specified, even in her ticket it's specified she'll be sitting on seat number 6. And then some other person at the stage is like, so some other lady comes, there's only one seat remaining. If you na matatu, you know that when you sit next to the driver, the car seat is usually very small. The 1X seat in a matatu, it's very, very small. And especially if you're going for a long distance, most people don't like that seat. It's very uncomfortable, you know. So people usually avoid it. So they are waiting for the matatu to fill up and all that. And then my sister was had already booked the seat, but she's not even entered the matatu. She's just standing out there. They're having a conversation with my other sister as they wait for the last person to board the 1X seat. And then some other, I don't know, it was a lady or a guy, comes and books the gari. And then this matatu, the matatu conductor is like, hey sister, could you carry up maybe 1X? And then my sister is like, no, I'm supposed to sit at seat X. Actually it was a guy. Then this matatu conductor gives the guy who has booked a seat, gives them my sister's booked seat. He tells him, well, unaweza kaa hapa hivi. And then he's like, my sister now should go and sit next to the driver at 1X. And then he started abusing her. He's like, oh, you are so small, you deserve to sit in front there, and they have paid the same amount of fare, and she was there earlier, and that's the seat she wanted. Do you know, she actually did not go with her matatu because she refused to sit in front, and this guy who actually came later refused to actually alight, and she had even showed her the ticket. I feel like this is still bullying. He refused to alight from that seat, so myself was left to take, you know, the next matatu. And again, the people in the matatu are the same people who will be like, "Wait, hebu kaa ndani, unatuwestia time, we need to keep moving," you know, instead of standing up for her because she was there earlier, she specifically booked for that seat. So yeah, we keep encouraging this. Then some other time again, I'm in Nakuru. We bought a matatu from town, and there's this specific place when you're going to Lanet. It's called Kiondo. So we book a matatu. We are going home, and that time it was, you know, you're not supposed to carry extra passengers, and people don't even like being, you know, they don't like being excess in matatus, especially in Nakuru. In some places in Nakuru. Yeah, so we go to Kiondo. Usually in the evening, matatu drivers usually wanna stop there and pick up passengers. And when we get to Kiondo, the people who were sitting I was sitting at the back. I was sitting at the back of the vehicle with some friends of mine, and they're tall, so we could not even fit. Like, there was no way they could fit an extra person. And then the seats were rather too close, so even the people who were like in front of us were very squeezed. And this matatu person, So those people who are seated in front wamekaribiana sana, so means like the person seated on this side and this side, because there is no leg room, the legs kind of converge at the center, and these are usually the places that the matatu conductors usually want to put like an extra person, you know. So we get to Kyondo and then they want to put an extra person, so you are like, do they want this person to come and sit on these two people's legs, or what will happen? And then they started talking trash. They like, oh sister, so the chick who was seated there was like, you know what, I'm not moving, there's no space, there's nowhere you can actually add an extra person. And the matatu conductor was started talking trash, addressing her in the wrong way. And what happened is, the people who were sitting at the back, that is me and my friends, we decided to stand up for this girl. We are like, if you're going, kama unamshukisha, tushukishe sisi wote, like give us back our fare, you know. There's no way she's going to alight this matatu, and if she does, give us back our fare. So when the guy had that, it was like he was going to angeshukisha watu, like 5 people. He was like, maybe he did his calculations. He was like, this is losing business. I've already brought them such a long distance. I'm not going to do that. Yeah, so instead of doing that, he kept quiet. But then after the matatu started going whatever to Lanet and a few meters away, again he picked up another passenger. Oh, this passenger was hell. So the passenger gets in, and of course there is nowhere to sit, so he hangs at the door. You know, anaenda kama amehang tu hivi. And the guy is like, so the matatu the tout now started bringing back that conversation about how no one is moving, no one is creating space for another person. And then this guy joins him. He's like,
watu kuringa kama mtu anaona sijui nini singekuja na matatu ya singenunua gari yake acha kuja na gari za passengers sijui nini.
So they start talking trash towards the lady and all that. And then funny thing is that this lady actually had a car, and I remember when we were getting out of town, she was on a call and she was telling some other person, oh, I decided to take a matatu because I don't know, flani went with the car, so you know, but I'm headed home. So the lady was like, you know what, I actually have a car, what are you trying to say? And so she said, like, trying to show the guys, you know, her car. She was like, you know, photo evidence, this is my phone, this is my car. And then the guys, hey, they were like, now they started talking trash.
Usinisha pagani za sponsor, oh sijui nini.
Damn, that was it was a very hard conversation to even hear. And then now finally they started talking about her. So when they found that wangefanya anything much, so they started talking trash about her. She was like,
that's how you cannot even get married.
They don't even know her. But because they don't want to be, they always want to win. They're like, hata no wonder watu wengine kama nyinyi ampati mabwana, sijui nini, you know. And I'm like, okay. So you want to abuse not physically, you want to verbally abuse someone to the extent of going, you know, like very personal, and you don't care, you just wanna feel like on top of things. Sadly, we had to alight at some point and she was left in the matatu alone. We tried as much as we could to defend her, but we had to alight. I don't know what happened to her after we alighted from that matatu. So again, that's something I've found in matatus. Matatu conductors bully people, and common mwananchi gangs up against this one person who is standing up for their rights, you know. Because I remember also there was another incident. I was coming from Kisumu to Kakamega, and same thing happened to me. The matatu conductor wants to carry excess people. I've already traveled at such a long distance. And I have luggage already that's already, you know, in front. It's even squeezing my knees, and they still want me to squeeze, and I refused. And that's how for like almost a kilometer the conductor made sure that they closed the door and left a very small room, and it was very cold. So by the time I was getting by the time we were getting to that 1 kilometer, my feet were freezing, and the way he put it, it's like he was punishing me for not creating space for an extra passenger. Yeah, so anyway, bullying happens on an everyday basis, and we actually encourage it because we don't speak up, especially bullying against women by men. Even other women don't stand up for women. They're there encouraging it, talking trash about it or about you, and joining in those conversations. I don't know about you, but I don't tolerate bullying and I will not stand for it. Anyway, have you ever been bullied in public? What was your experience? Let me know in the comment section down below. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you've not subscribed, kindly do so. Until the next video, bye!